Bro that's running around bragging about getting raw dog, that little old ain't nothing but a cum bucket. I said, nah, she a disgusting little old mother.
I hate her. She's feeding a whole toxic spirit into young girls. That's Charleston White exploding online, and this time, he came with so-called proof. He dropped what looked like Sexyy Red's private medical records and even threw out the names of rappers he claims got caught up with her. And these weren't just random dudes, these were heavyweights, some of the most recognizable faces in hip-hop, the kind of names that make people freeze mid-scroll. But Charleston didn't just expose her, he painted her as contaminated and connected it straight to the wild, reckless lifestyle she brags about in her music.
Yeah, I hate her. Yeah, that's, she's delivered a horror spirit amongst young girls.
The second those alleged receipts hit timelines, social media went into overdrive. Fans started piecing things together like detectives. Suddenly, every rapper she's ever been seen with, from blurry club pics to IG posts to messy baby daddy drama, was under suspicion. And the fallout? Crazier than anyone expected. The list Charleston White dropped left fans stunned, whispering in disbelief, questioning if their favorite rappers were on it. He even threw in a sly jab, suggesting Drake might not have been the only superstar caught up in her mix.
Every time y'all see me with a nigga, y'all think I'm fucking. Like, can I just chill? Can I hang out? God, I'm a grown-ass gangster superhero. Leave me alone.
Everybody knows Charleston White never holds his tongue, but this time, he went full savage mode on Sexyy Red. He flat out claimed her bedroom lifestyle was reckless beyond repair. To prove his point, he even posted a zoomed-in shot of her mouth, showing what looked like an inflamed mark and captioned it, "I ain't lied yet." Then he doubled down with the filthiest breakdown, mocking her lyrics about freaky acts, saying that what made her famous is now exactly what's haunting her. Charleston basically accused her of carrying something nasty and tied it directly to the same wild stories she brags about in her tracks. But he didn't stop there. He got graphic, saying her private parts were holding on to an infection and clowning rappers for not even washing properly before being with her. His words were brutal, accusing her of letting everybody go raw and warning fans that of course things were bound to get funky. The man was unfiltered, reckless, and loud. And if you hear the clip yourself, you'll realize just how wild Charleston really went this time.
And when you gonna keep it gangster? When you gonna keep it bitch, that's what you did. You lied to me for 6 months.
Charleston wasn't just trolling for clout this time. He came swinging with what he claimed were receipts. By leaking what looked like Sexyy Red's STD medical papers, he flipped the whole internet upside down. Suddenly, everyone was dissecting her past, pulling up every rumored partner, every blurry photo, and every messy club link-up. So, let's break down why this blew up so hard. Because when her name got tied to Gucci third leg, that's when the drama hit a whole new level. See, Gucci was already accused by a past fling of passing along something serious, and what made jaws drop was that he allegedly knew about it at the time. That bombshell alone had social media in chaos. And then came the real shocker. Gucci bragged about being with more than 3,000 women. 3,000! Plus, he's been openly collabing with adult film stars on top of it. Put all that together, and you see why the internet started connecting dots between him and Sexyy Red. If they really had a fling, fans are saying the math isn't looking good.
And what's crazy is I seen a video, I seen a video where she said her own was thinking.
Sexyy, of course, wasn't about to stay silent. She hopped on Instagram and went off, venting about all the nasty rumors flying around and trying to set the record straight. Sexyy Red tried to clap back, making it clear she was tired of people obsessing over rumors about her brown booty hole. But the internet wasn't letting it slide. The comment section was already lit, with one person flat out posting, "I mean, she got it from Gucci third leg," so that's when Charleston decided to crank it up, dropping what he claimed were her STD medical reports. And just like that, fans started connecting the dots. If those reports were real, the exposure chain didn't end with her. It started with her. That's when another huge name got pulled into the fire. Drake! Everybody remembers that viral club sighting. Drake in Sexyy Red, sitting cozy on the couch, his arm wrapped around her, even planting a kiss on her cheek. Drake himself captioned a snap, "Just met my rightful wife, Sexyy Red," and she doubled down by reposting it with, "I'm your favorite rapper's rapper." And it wasn't just that one night. They've been spotted together more than once, always giving off way more than just friends vibes. That's why Charleston's claims are hitting so hard. The receipts line up with moments fans already saw play out in public.
But I said to myself, she looked like it get hot. It looked like it get funky in whatever room she fucking in. It get hot.
But hold up, because Drake isn't the only heavyweight name Charleston White threw on that list, and the next one, it's about to take this drama from messy to absolutely explosive. And now, it's Chief Keef's turn to get dragged into the storm. Things went from messy to flat out chaotic once people remembered how open Sexyy Red has been about her connection with him. She's admitted more than once that it wasn't just friendship, it was deeper. Her own words made it obvious. That's my dog, right? I don't got too many homeboys I can sit on the phone with, and I'm not even saying that's my homeboy because I don't know what he got going on. We like each other. We can be around each other and act like we've known each other forever. Yeah, we like each other. That's my nen. Yeah. She even went so far as to joke that he might be my third baby daddy. And just to stir the pot further, she took shots at King Von's sister, Kayla B, over Keef, making it crystal clear there was real tension, not just casual rumors.
Because Sexyy Red pushed a lot of sexual violence, and so my kids would have to be grown to go listen to that.
So when Charleston White dropped those alleged STD papers, people immediately started connecting the dots. If Red really had something and she was that close to Keef, fans couldn't help but speculate. Could he have been exposed too? That's why Charleston's rant isn't just name-dropping for clicks. He's painting a dangerous ripple effect, a messy web that could stretch through multiple rappers, multiple crews, and multiple circles in the industry. And just when it felt like this mess couldn't get any deeper, Charleston White tossed another wild card into the mix. A mystery man. Sexyy Red once posted a photo on Instagram lying in bed with an unidentified dude. But here's the catch. She only showed their feet. Fans instantly noticed one detail, though. He was wearing an ankle monitor, screaming that he was on house arrest. Her caption only added fuel to the fire. I like fighting with drillers, redhead killer. That one post had people speculating nonstop, but once Charleston dropped those alleged STD papers, every little moment like this started looking way more serious. Suddenly, that mystery man wasn't just some random hookup. He could be another link in a dangerous chain. And fans online? Already piecing it all together, stacking his name alongside the likes of Drake and Chief Keef. Every breadcrumb she's ever given the internet is now being tied back to White's claims, turning rumors into what looks like a full-blown web of exposure. But then came the real curveball. Another name, White allegedly dragged into the conversation. Aiden Ross. Yeah, you heard that right. The streamer himself claimed he hooked up with Sexyy Red, saying, I want to announce something, but I don't know if I should say it. I did have Sexyy Red. It was good. It was really good. She was kind of being the dominant one. And if that wasn't nasty enough, he admitted something even more disturbing, that he watched her leaked tape, and that's what made him shoot his shot. He flat out said, I jerked off to it, and that's what made me hit her. I'm being for real. Of course, once that Aiden Ross clip went viral, Sexyy Red couldn't stay quiet, and her clapback was savage. She fired off, you paid me to take your virginity, and I did just that. Then, just to twist the knife, she added another jab online. You couldn't test me with a stick. But when you tie that right back to Charleston White's so-called STD report, the picture starts looking darker. Every single name, every hookup, every time she's been linked to someone publicly, it suddenly feels like part of a bigger chain. With names like Drake, Chief Keef, and now Aiden Ross in the mix, people aren't just shocked anymore. They're starting to wonder just how far this list really goes, and who might be next. And then came another bombshell, Ray J. On his Twitch livestream, Ray J casually claimed that he and Sexyy Red had hooked up on a flight. That alone set social media ablaze, but Sexy wasn't having it. She clapped back again, saying, even to be saying we slept on the plane together, I said hi and kept it pushing. Is you sick? She tried to shut it down quick, but here's the catch. If she really never touched Ray J, why was his name allegedly on Charleston's list in the first place? That one question alone has fans digging even deeper. Because in this kind of drama, denial doesn't erase suspicion. And this is exactly where things take a turn from messy to downright explosive. By now, you've probably seen the rumors swirling about Sexyy Red and Huncho, and they didn't just come out of nowhere. It all kicked off when Huncho played her love interest in that music video, leaving fans side-eyeing because the chemistry looked way too real for just acting. Then Red doubled down, posting new IG pics with captions that lined up perfectly with the lyrics, making it look like she was hinting at something deeper. But here's where it gets wild. Once Charleston White's alleged STD claims dropped, people started viewing that whole connection in a brand new light. If Huncho really did mess with her, even casually, then by Charleston's logic, he could be tangled up in the same messy circle too. And let's be real, once you stack stories of STDs and public hookups, it stops feeling like random gossip and starts looking like a dangerous pattern. That's why when Charleston released those so-called medical reports, the focus shifted big time. Suddenly, it wasn't just about Drake, Chief Keef, or Aiden Ross. People started wondering if Huncho's name was next to get dragged into the scandal, but just when it felt like things couldn't get messier, another curveball hit, this time from inside her own circle. One of Sexyy Red's baby daddies jumped in, accusing her of burning rappers and even waving around what looked like his own paperwork to back it up. Now, fans are asking the big question, where is all this paperwork even coming from? Here's where it got even wilder, because after blasting Sexyy Red, her baby daddy suddenly backtracked, claiming he never caught anything at all. And that's exactly why Charleston White's so-called medical report hit harder. It kept the spotlight firmly on her instead of letting him get brushed off as just another bitter ex. On a call, he even asked her straight up, "When you gonna keep it gangsta?" And Red had no answer. He pressed the issue, making it clear the virus in question was dormant, but still herpes, something that never really goes away. To prove he wasn't just talking reckless, he even flashed paperwork showing no active detection when it popped up. But then he really turned up the heat, throwing out a bold accusation. Y'all favorite rapper, she burning everybody, getting burnt. He added that you've got to be strong for that Northside pull because it's not for the weak. Much, and I'm weak. Then he threw in a reminder, remember, you started this. And just when it looked like the receipts were stacking against her, he flipped the script again. Out of nowhere, he backpedaled, saying he never actually caught the STI in the first place, and even showed proof to clear himself. The wildest part in all of this, her baby daddy stepping forward makes you start replaying every moment she's ever been linked to rappers, even those times that looked like just hanging out. Because once STDs enter the conversation, Charleston White's list suddenly doesn't sound so far-fetched anymore. You can't help but imagine the ripple effect, one hookup here, another there, and who might actually be tangled in it all. But here's the real kicker. Sexyy Red herself has openly admitted to having STIs. She's even joked about it online. Remember that viral post of a fan outside the ER holding up dollar bills spelling out, "I want the STD"? She reposted it with her own caption, "It's gone now. Fee, done took my meds." That's sexy, turning controversy into comedy like it's her signature move, and it doesn't stop there. Her own brand has leaned into the shock factor, dropping lip gloss shades with names like gonorrhea and yellow discharge. Fans laughed at first, but when Charleston dropped what he claimed were her medical reports, nobody found it funny anymore, because if the rumors are true, then this wasn't just trolling or shock marketing. It matched up with what she's admitted before. At one point, Sexyy Red flat out confessed she'd had chlamydia twice. She even explained how she and her man broke up, both messed around, then got back together. And suddenly, they both noticed something smelled off. We both was like, what the F is that smell? That's how Sexyy Red once described the moment she and her man realized something wasn't right. They went to the doctor, but never figured out who it came from. Now line that up with Charleston White's alleged medical report, the rapper she's been tied to, and even her baby daddy's wild accusations, and you see exactly why people keep connecting the dots. With that kind of history, White's list suddenly doesn't feel like wild gossip. It feels like it could be real. And just when you thought it was only Charleston taking shots, another voice jumped into the chaos. Lord Jamar, you know him, the outspoken hip-hop OG who never holds back. Well, he set his sights on Sexy too, and his words were brutal. He flat out said, Sexyy Red looked like the type of girl back in the day you walk in a room, sniff, and be like, it smells like somebody been fucking in here. And he didn't stop there. Jamar doubled down, adding, she looked like it get hot, like it get funky in whatever room she in. When Lord Jamar clowned her for openly admitting things like that, it made Charleston White's leaks sound way more believable. Suddenly, that so-called medical report didn't feel like random shade. It lined up with what people were already whispering behind the scenes, and that's the real problem here. Between her own STI admissions, her messy hookups, the high-profile rappers, and commentary from voices like Jamar, this doesn't look like harmless gossip anymore. It looks like a pattern. And if that pattern is real, then you gotta wonder, how many of the names on White's list might actually be caught in the same chain of exposure? That's what has fans so locked in, watching every update like it's the next chapter of a scandalous soap opera. But here's the kicker, y'all. Some folks online are going even further, claiming Sexyy Red is out here deliberately spreading infections. One blunt comment even said, STDs are part of her brand. She made that choice. On the flip side, though, others aren't blaming her at all. They see her as just another product of a toxic, clout-hungry culture that chews women up for attention and spits them out later. Either way, things are getting sticky, getting stinky, and Charleston White's spin on this is hitting harder than ever. But at this point, it's not just him talking slick. It feels way deeper than that. What we're really seeing in 2025 is the collision of celebrity antics, social media chaos, clout chasing, and sexual accountability all crashing together in real time. And Charleston White, he swears this is nothing new. He says black women have been dragged for years, through toxic beauty standards, through rap lyrics laced with misogyny, but now he claims it's gone way deeper, way more calculated. According to him, the system is deliberately pushing artists like Sexyy Red to the front, all to keep tearing down that image. In his own words, Red is pushing off a lot of sexual violence. And that's why, when he threw her alleged medical records into the spotlight and started dropping heavyweight names, he didn't just frame it as shade, he framed it as proof of a much bigger fight he's been screaming about for years. Because once private paperwork and big-name rappers start getting exposed, it stops being gossip and turns into a statement. And Charleston knows exactly how to shake the table, stir the pot, and make sure everybody in the room feels it. One thing's for sure, this move guaranteed that the conversation around Sexyy Red isn't dying down anytime soon. And next time, we'll dive into how the rapper's Charleston White name actually clapped back. And trust me, some of those responses are just as wild as the accusations themselves. So tell me what you think in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, share this video with your people, and I'll see you on the next one.